Beautiful day. Birds are chirping a little. I'm in Ajo, outside of Ajo in Arizona. And I'm just kind of taking it easy. I did some videos that were a little bit more of a challenge in the last little while, and I thought, well, about a year ago, I did one on boondocking. It was just a rant, kind of unprepared, and I thought, hey, why not do another one? It was really easy editing when I did stuff like that, so I'm going to give it a go. A few more thoughts that I had that I didn't include on the original one, so why not give it a go? But one thing I wanted to say, I guess, and I didn't say, is things like issues of, taking a chance and being afraid and stuff like that. One thing I won't do is I'm not gonna let fear run my life. Now, what that really means is there are times in life where you have to take chances, and a lot of people are really concerned about going out on their own and traveling and not being afraid. To me, there's a big difference between being afraid of doing things, afraid of taking a risk, and a challenge. To me, a challenge is a positive thing. I think in life you always need to take challenges, but you can't be naive. You have to be prepared. But I love traveling. It's my trailer in the background there, and the trailer and the Jeep are the perfect vehicle for getting around and seeing the world. I mean, there's a lot of reasons you can go out and travel about. Curiosity is one of them. Some people have to find themselves. Some people get in a rut and they need a change. And traveling is one of the best ways of doing it. Going out, explore new places. It's all about exploring. I mean, exploring nature. Oh, here comes some birds. Exploring yourself, getting new ideas, and trying new things. That's what I really enjoy about boondocking. I mean, there certainly is risk. There's no doubt about it. But there's a lot of risk in doing nothing, at sitting at home and sort of doing the same thing every day. I think that's a risk to your mental health, if nothing else. But I mean, I take chances and I take challenges, but in reality, I'm an introvert. I'm not really great in a lot of social occasions, but I do, especially when I travel, I make an effort to go out and meet people and talk to people and get ideas. That's what it's all about. That's what traveling's all about. And boondocking kind of makes that happen. And a lot of people, they want to go out and they want to travel and they want to plan ahead, and you have to plan ahead. That comes with it. But there's got to be an element of surprise in a positive way. And so if you plan and you have an itinerary and you stick to that itinerary, you might be missing a few things. Sometimes you just have to stop. Like here, I'm just relaxing. I really don't have a plan for today. I'm stopping. I'm sort of, looking at my surroundings and seeing where I can explore and just appreciating it. I remember when I was a teenager, I read a book about tracking animals. But one part of it said something like, a lot of people go out in the woods and they don't see anything. They don't see any animals. They go out and they say, well, where are all the animals? I can't see a thing. And the basics of the book was, well, just stop. Just go into the woods or somewhere and just stop. And when you do that, all of a sudden you realize, well, the wildlife actually comes out. You see the little birds, you see the insects, you see the flowers. Whereas if you're rushing all over the place, you don't see anything. And so a lot of it is just being able to unclutter your brain and be open to experiences. And that's what I really appreciate about boondocking and traveling. And the other thing is, wherever you want to go or whatever you want to do, you've got to be positive. You can't be negative. You know, it's like even in, you know, my videos, you see some people say, oh yeah, you use propane inside, you're gonna die, you camp in winter, you're gonna die. Well, I haven't died yet, but I've enjoyed it and I've learned from it. I mean, even mistakes, it's okay to make mistakes if you learn from them. If you don't learn from them, you make them again. Well, that's a different thing. But you should always be aware and, you know, learn from all your experiences and think about them in a positive way. It's like I'm just going to do a trip in the next couple of days, which is probably going to be the biggest challenge of my trip. And I asked people about it, and you know, they give me all these nasty negative stories. But I was in a hot tub, a hot spring, an actual nude hot spring, which was totally out of character for me. And I was in a tub with some guy. He was an artist and a wonderful old guy. And he happened to live near Aho, and so I asked him, well, you know, I wanted to do this, and do you think it's a risk? And his response was, be a mirror. And I had to think about, what on earth does that mean? It's like if you mirror things that are positive, positive will come to you. If you mirror negative, you're going to see negative. So I'm really excited because I feel really positive. It should be a fun trip, and I hope it's a great adventure. So stay tuned. Other than that, I don't have a lot to say, just that I've got a lot more videos planned. I've got a lot in the can, so to speak. Some really neat stuff. So I hope you stay with me. And that's all I can say. I hope you enjoyed this video. I know I didn't really cover anything, but always ask me questions if there's something I haven't covered, and always go where the road takes you. Thank you. And the thing about the keys is I needed a new keychain. When I was young, traveling, I used to travel in Asia with a backpack, and I measured freedom by the amount of keys you had. Because in reality, if you're really free, then you really don't have anything to lose. Very few possessions and all that. So you can tell I'm not really free because I got all these keys. But I can still keep an open mind. Happy trails.